So this week on Christian Sophistry, we're going to be diving into some argumentative theory. Ooh. And just in time for Halloween. Seriously though, you gotta know this stuff. What's up everybody, I'm Josh and welcome to Christian Sophistry, taking apologetics to the next level. And if you're new here and you want to engage in this conversation, go ahead and think about hitting the subscribe button down below and the bell notification so you don't miss anything. Okay, so you've probably heard seasoned critics talk about the burden of proof. If not, let me explain. The burden of proof is the responsibility of anybody who makes a claim to support that claim with reasonable proof. Now, in competitive debate, if you don't fulfill the burden of proof, you lose. In reality, the burden of proof is a lot less strict because there are a lot of things that are true but can't be proven. But the same principle does apply. You have to be able to articulate a rational basis for Christianity or any other claim that you make with evidence that is grounded in objective fact in order to have a believable case. Now, that's the burden of proof, and that's all true. I definitely think that Christians could do a much better job of being more familiar with this concept, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about the much less known counterpart of the burden of proof, called the Burden of Rejoinder. A lot of times critics will bring up the burden of proof in order to have the privilege of being able to sit back and not have any stake in the discussion. Strategically, this is a brilliant move, and if it's used against anybody that isn't familiar with argumentative theory, then it can be really effective. But it's not exactly true. At least not in the way that it's being used, and that's not me accusing critics of intentionally lying to Christians in order to gain an upper hand. It's just a less informed tactic that is used quite often from critics. Anyone who engages in a rational discussion with somebody of an opposing view, which is an argument, takes on the burden of rejoinder. The burden of rejoinder is the responsibility of the disagreeer to articulate why they disagree and according to what counterclaims. So the critic has just as much work to do as the person that's making the claim. The burden of rejoinder is not satisfied by simply saying, "That's just not good enough." Even if the person making the claim or the affirming party did a completely garbage job of fulfilling their burden of proof, the opposition still has a job to do. And I think the reason that critics typically aren't aware of this concept is because they typically come from a worldview of scientific naturalism. And in the world of science, it's always one party publishing papers with scientific observations leading to conclusions. That's how they understand the burden of proof. It's just one person talking. But in debate, there's two parties. In argumentation, there's two opposing parties, and the dynamics change to where one person doesn't just get to sit there and let the other person do all the talking. And that's how we get the burden of rejoinder. That's the basic concept, but I want to end on this note. These concepts of the burden of proof and the burden of rejoinder makes apologetics sound like a contest. And with relatively good reason, like debate is defined by two opposing views that are trying to demonstrate a superior view of truth. But I don't share this information with you so that you can go and demonstrate your intellectual superiority over a critic that dares to disagree with you. I share this information with you so that you can set the record straight about what you're really being asked to do, but I don't want you to play the game. The call to apologetics is not the call to win contest. It's about engaging with people. So use this information to engage with people and learn about people. Learn about people and engage with people's ideas, why they believe what they believe, and develop relationships from that. I don't want you to be backed into a corner. That's why I did this video. But I also don't want you to be the one who's pushing and bullying other people. And that's all I have for you in this video. So if you thought this video was valuable, please like and share this video with your friends. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks for arguing with me.